Okay, so in several episodes of Deep Space Nine, Odo is able to get information from his network of informants. In fact, in one of the episodes, he gets messages from one of his contacts on Cardassia. And, you know, DS9 is full of, we might expect shady individuals, potentially criminals, who have a certain amount of leverage to work their way up the chain of authority. So, it's no surprise that they would have such power and immensity on DS9. And especially with Odo, he certainly wouldn't have, skills to develop in that way. And the fact is, Odo, what could he possibly offer in return for these informants and this information? How would he have built this network of informants, which is deeply prevalent in the Deep Space Nine Star Trek? Well, the fact is, DS9 used to be a Cardassian station. So the fact is that, a lot of the former crew go to Cardassia a lot. So it is this kind of way which we think of things. And don't forget that Odo was a popular figure in the Cardassian High Command with, him doing all these tricks and everything. So don't forget about that too. And the fact that his reputation was, he was kind of like the neutral guy. His whole philosophy was bring in law and order while not him himself getting too caught up in things. And, his informants and contacts, they weren't always that criminal. And the ones which were, such as Quark, they knew not to cross Odo in a way. He was good for his word. So, with all that information aside, there's definitely like Odo and Quark, they're kind of on the opposite sides here. And what I'm trying to get at is that even though they're on opposite sides, they have a lot of respect for each other. And that's kind of the way we see things in Star Trek Fleet Command. So, how do we interpret these things in Star Trek Fleet Command? So, there's individuals like Odo that exist in the Star Trek story and out of it. So, there's a presence of allies in the game, which is one way to look at things. A presence of alliances. So, publicly, alliances are a force which, kind of ensure that PvP, player versus player, combat continues, and with this, friends and enemies are made. However, who is the real driving force behind these alliances? There are individuals like Odo who have built up networks of informants. We know in real life that this is true on every server, whether in the light or in the shadows. These real individuals don't have to have all these tricks that Odo does, but they do have something to offer. Whether it's resources, the availability of mines, protection, or even the chance to take someone out in PvP combat. There's always something to offer in return. So, some individuals like Odo favor law and order, while others favor, absolutely chaos in the game. Everything in Star Trek Fleet Command has a real purpose, I am sure of it. So, there you have it. Without going into too much detail, people like Odo in Star Trek, and of course in real life in Fleet Command, hold a network of informants which exist and drive alliances in the game to kind of drive them forward in their quest to become the best alliance in the game in Star Trek Fleet Command. Alright guys, that is it for now. Hope you have a good one. See ya.